Can never remember where the button is. Everything. Oh, I gotta shut my air conditioner off. There, that's better. Now you won't hear an air conditioner the entire time. You only hear my refrigerator every now and again. And my air conditioner closing. And the louver's closed. Nice! Okay, cool. What's up guys, my name is Nate and welcome back to another video. I finally have time to do this video. It's been 2 weeks. I meant to record this video a week ago. But it's finally time to do my personal review on the brand new iPhone 15 Pro. This beautiful guy right here. I'm super excited about it. So let's get into it. The iPhone 15 Pro has the brand new A17 Pro chip. It's not called Bionic anymore, it has a Pro chip in it, with the same 48 megapixel cameras with a few different changes into it. If you want to go into the full detail, I would say go and watch the keynote. I'm just going to pick out a couple of key points that I'm hugely interested in and actually do use. It's very fast, and since my 11 Pro, I've been a full Pro user, and I bought the iPhone, and I didn't buy it, I got it as a Christmas gift. The iPhone 11 Pro was the very first phone that ever had a Pro in the front of it. And this is the second phone that I've gotten that has the word Pro in it, and they've kept it for 4 generations, which is actually pretty good. My phone before my 11 Pro was a 7, and before my 7 was a 5S. So the 5S was actually technically the Pro phone, but I didn't get a 5S until 3 years after it came out as my first phone, because the 5S came out in 2013 and I got my very first phone in 2015. So I guess that's 2 years after it came out. And I only had that phone for 2 years before I replaced it with a 7, which I had for 3 years. Then got replaced with my 11 Pro, which I had for 4 years. Almost 4 years, and then this phone, which I'm hoping to be able to get 4, maybe even 5 years after out of. So very excited. I did pre-order this phone. I got it the day it came out, well, a couple days it came out. It was technically released on the Friday, but I didn't get it picked up until Sunday. So technically some people already had the phone before me, but that's okay, because I wanted to get a pretty good idea of how to use this phone, and there's a lot of things that I can point out. First of all, this is my very first phone that has 5G networking. My other phone, the 11 Pro, was 1 year away from having 5G capabilities because the iPhone 12 series had 5G chips in it. Since now I have a phone with 5G, it does feel a little bit more snappy when I'm on the cellular. Now, right now I'm not on 5G. Right now I'm actually on LTE because where I am right now I don't get very good 5G signal, I only get 4G. But if I am outside or I am a little bit just further away from this spot, I do get kicked into 5G, and it actually does feel a little bit more snappy. Another thing that I do like about this is the action button on the side. This guy right here, the action button, I don't know if you can see it, but if you can see it, this action button is actually very useful. You can map it to certain things. I've actually mapped, you can map the action button to certain things. Let me actually go to the action button settings. So you can either set it to be a ring silent switch, you can either turn on a focus mode, you can have it open a camera, you can have it turn on a flashlight, you can start a voice memo, you can do a shortcut, accessibility, or you can just turn the entire function off if you want to. I have it set to a shortcut that I've been using for quite a few years now, which I usually use by using Siri's voice command. And what it is it basically turns my screen brightness down and my volume to 0. So if I hold the button, so all you have to do is you just hold the action button for a couple seconds and it'll activate the shortcut. And it lowers my brightness to 20% and it sets my volume to 0%. So that's good for when I want to use this phone at night. If I quickly want to lower the screen and mute the volume, I just hold this button for a couple seconds. I think it's like 1 second or something, and it'll activate the shortcut. There was a couple of issues before. If you were heavily using the phone actually does start to get hot and overheat. I never had any of those problems with that. I never had the phone get hot just by, and it wasn't just by playing games, it was actually by just using the phone normally, like browsing social media or something, and people just had a ton of problems with it overheating. I personally didn't have any problems with my 15 Pro overheating, but that was just some people that mentioned it, and they did actually use do a software update to fix this, just the overheating problem. Oh yeah, it's also almost Halloween, so happy Halloween. It's, what, a week away? 3 weeks away. I have a pumpkin out anyways. I mean, it's almost Halloween. By the time this video goes up, it's gonna be closer to Halloween anyways. Anyways, it takes really, really good photos. I have used the photo thing for, I've used the photo thing, what? I've used the camera for quite a bit, and I've taken some pretty cool photos of like my cats. Here's where's the photo of the clock that I took in my grandma's kitchen? There you go. I took this photo, I don't know if it'll be able to focus on it, but I took this photo in my grandma's kitchen of a wall clock that's battery operated. But this was in the dark. Like, the kitchen was almost completely black in this picture, and it really could just, the nighttime photo, the nighttime mode photo thing is really, really nice. The zoom in it is super, super clear. Like, I was comparing pictures, zoom pictures left and right. Now, obviously, my DSLR could take better pictures, but just like good picture. Like, look at this amazing portrait I took of my cat with this here. It's actually of my grandma's cat here. Let me lower the brightness a little bit. Of my grandma's cat. Like, that's a really, really decent picture. Like, that's really good. Also, another thing with this phone is my 11 Pro's phone battery was basically gone. It was at, I think, 69% health. Nice. By the end of its life, and battery couldn't even last half a day. I would have to charge it before the end of the half a day. If I was constantly listening to music, watching videos, I would have to charge it before even half a day happened. This phone, I have used it I haven't actually used it a lot today, because most of the first few days and most of the week, I would use most of the phone over and over. This phone hasn't hit the charger since this morning, and it's at 79%, and that's really, really good. I've turned always on display off. It does turn on only if I'm using the charging and going on to the clock, which this phone can do. If you set the phone in the little charging cradle, it will literally turn into a clock, which is, I think, actually pretty neat. And you can change to different faces and stuff, and it's actually really smart, and I'm glad Apple did this, because I actually retired my little iHome clock that I had before, and I bought a little Anchor charging stand that you able to put your AirPods on and charge your phone with. Super, super nice to have. Really love it, love everything about it, and yeah, I think I've ran through everything about it. I've talked about the camera, I've talked about the action button. Yes, USB-C charging. And one of the things I actually discovered, here, I'm gonna actually move my camera over real quick. I also took the phone out of its case, and it's already left a mark on the back from this. The case I went with is a mouse case. I've never tried a mouse case before, so this is new and interesting. But one of the things I discovered while I was testing this phone is that this has a so I knew it had Thunderbolt. It has a Thunderbolt port. It's Thunderbolt 3, or USB-C 3 speed, basically Thunderbolt. The regular iPhone 15s have USB-C, but it's USB 2.0 speeds. Now, that's a huge deal breaker if you want those USB 3 speeds. Not a huge difference to me, since I'm not moving footage from my phone to my computer anymore. But the one thing it does have, which I find very, very interesting, is it's Thunderbolt, but it's also Thunderbolt dock compatible. So if I plug my phone in to this computer, look at that. Comes right up on my monitor. If I swipe up and go into, I don't know, like a game or something, let's open Minecraft or something. Look at this. I'm literally playing Minecraft on my screen, and all it needs is just a Thunderbolt dock and whatever. See, look at that. Isn't that freaking awesome? And I think also if I turn my Wi-Fi off, oh yeah, it's definitely running off the Ethernet, because that is a solid 90 download and 90 upload, which is exactly what I get here. And it's like I have one ping. Like, that's how super, super consistent it is. That's really, really consistent. So that's basically it. Taking it in and out of the case is pretty difficult. I usually don't run it on this dock because I have my laptop here, but still works anyways, so I'm not too upset. Alright, I think that's going to conclude this video. I'm really happy with this phone. I actually got it as a birthday gift from my parents because I just could not stand living with my 11 Pro anymore. It was almost 4 years old. I will make a 1-year review of this phone after a year happens and check up on how this phone's doing basically. But other than that, that's the end of this video. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, share this with your friends, family, and until next time, peace. High five.